the 1979 season opener of the Rochester Lancers. Brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. Toyota hopes you enjoy today's NASL games. Toyota invites you to see the all-new Celica Supra, the powerful pleasure, at your local Toyota dealer. You got it, Toyota. Also brought to you by Lipton Flow-Through Tea Bags. Try some, and you'll be a Lipton tea lover, too. Doyle Chevrolet, Monroe County's fastest-growing Chevrolet dealership. And the RT French Company, makers of French's mustard and hundreds of other delicious food products. Doing the play-by-play for today's game is WOKR Sports Director Ron DeFrance. Tom Pippins will handle the color assignments. And now, the Rochester Lancers will take on the Philadelphia Furies.
I'm just terribly excited, and of course, then we have Mr. Pachme at inside left, and we'll be seeing how well he does.
Charlie, do you see any strategy change at all?
I think the changes are going to be a lot of changes today.
Okay, we'll be back to set the teams right after this. On defense, it'll be Nelson Capello on the right side. Miriam Foslich, Nick Vianovich in the center, and David DeRico on the left side.
Dave DeRico, I'll tell you, a great player at Hartwig College. We've wanted him for years. We saw him play against Rockport. We love him.
In the midfield, it'll be Carlos Pachame, Demir Chutevsky, and Renato Sila, and Charlie, an all-new midfield.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough midfield, very aggressive, very hard-working, and we see a lot of effort and work rate out of them.
Okay, and of course, up front, Erkany, Stianovich, and Callahan. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in a minute.
Doyle Chevrolet is shattering all sales records. John Doyle has instructed his salesmen to write any deal regardless of profit. You've heard it all. $39, $49, $59 over invoice, at cost, below cost, etc. Well, right now, Doyle Chevrolet is double discounting a $2 million inventory for immediate delivery and pledges to outdeal, outdiscount, outtrade them all during this sale. Deal with Doyle and get more for your trade. 740 Ridge Road, Webster, Empire Boulevard Extension, and they service what they sell.
Join the grand opening celebration as Rose and Sullivan opens a full-line appliance and TV store for the 4 days of the home show at the War Memorial. Great grand opening prices on all GE major appliances, including Rochester's most complete display of microwaves. Shop Rose and Sullivan's home show store at the War Memorial. And remember, these great values are also available at your nearest Rose and Sullivan location: Irondequoit, Greece, Henrietta, and Fairport.
Veterans Stadium, we're all set for the opening game of the 1979 season for the Rochester Lancers. Philadelphia won the toss. They kicked off, and we're all set to go.
And the Lancers start their 10th NASL season. Charlie Shannon, that's a story in itself, and there are many new faces.
It's new faces 79, Tom. You have Chutevsky, DeRico, Cella, some players who aren't even out there. Bergerath, who we're really high on. And I think you're going to see a tremendous new team with a lot of running, and we're very, very pleased to have these players with us.
Philadelphia with the ball, and there's a whistle. It'll be a throw-in for the Lancers. Nelson Capello will throw it in. He has Sheila. Sheila back to Nelson. Broken up momentarily. Sheila still has it. Gets it back to Miriam Foslich. Foslich, number 4, Nelson Capello. Nelson gets it back, and it goes into touch. And it'll be Lancer ball. Throw in. Nelson once again. Gets it over to Pat Erkley. Pat on the right side. There's a whistle. It'll be Lancer ball once again.
Took a foul against the left fullback, who was holding Pat Erkley up. He's on the right wing. Now the lineup is Pat Erkley on the right wing, Stoley in the middle, and of course Jim Callahan, the left-footed, the left fullback, but who's playing left wing today. And what a talented young man he is. Here's looks like a direct kick.
Direct kick. Pat Erkley with the direct kick. Here's Sheila moving in. But Keith Van Aaron comes out for Philadelphia. We'll go over that lineup for Philadelphia in a moment when we get the time. Here's Philadelphia. Redford coming back. Here's Jimmy Callahan. Lets it go into touch. And it'll be Philadelphia ball.
That was a nice scene, Doug. You can see that when DeRico, number 2, had pushed up. Now he's a fullback, and Jim Callahan went and covered his position for him. A couple American players who are playing extremely well together, I think.
Nice play by Nick Mijatovic to break it up. Here's the ball, right to Glavin, right in the center. He's tripped up. There's the whistle. It's Miriam Poslich. Just to let him know he's around. Philadelphia gets it back in play rapidly.
That chill is something, isn't it? That's when we just had that body contact and stole the headball.
He reminds me of a fire hydrant. He's built low to the ground. There's Jimmy Callahan with a nice move to get it away. He'll get it back to DeRico. David DeRico, one of the many Americans on the team this year, passes it over to another American, who is Jim Callahan. Goes to, yes, Tommy.
Speaking of DeRico, gentlemen, Coach Popovich compares DeRico very, very favorably to Callahan. DeRico, the Hartwick graduate, he captained the U.S. national team a couple of years ago. Honorable mention All-Star with the World team that last season. He's a very consistent performer, and I think our fans will enjoy him around the course of the season.
Well, I know a lot of the Rockport State fans remember him from Hartwick. Here they come in attack.
Okay, this is Jimmy Callahan down the left side. Jimmy is pressured in there by Brooks Kreider, and Philadelphia regains possession. That's number 22, Tony Glavin. Glavin gets it over to David Robb. Robb is tripped up, no whistle. And the Lancers get it back down.
Right now they're playing, the Lancers are playing a 4-3 formation, but they're playing 2 of the middle men in the slot.
All right, that's Miriam Poslich. Miriam gets it back. Play at midfield right now. Just a reminder, this program is authorized under rights granted by Film Limited, solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express consent of Film Limited, is strictly prohibited. Philadelphia don't play the long ball. That was a long ball that time. Much different team this year than last year.
Well, the coach is Olak now, the former coach of the Rochester national team, really knows his business. He likes to play a 4-4 attack.
First corner kick for the Lancers. Pat Arkley will do the shooting. Here's Mike Stanovich moving in. Gets it over towards Stanovich, but it's broken up to be another corner.
Interesting to watch the approach of this now. He and the fine camera work with watching teams early on. Pat kicking an outswing. That is, he's hitting the ball with his right foot, curving the ball out, hoping he can maybe Jim Callahan or you got Kelly in there.
Height,
jumping. Now they have to beat us and jump that head ball.
That's Carlos Pachne. Over Pat Arkley. Pat Arkley has good control. Fighting 2 men. The Fury's pointing their way.
Charlie, I know you're pleased with the play of Pat Arkley. He had a very fine season indoors, and he's a third-rate scorer.
He just has all the talent. He's young. He's only 20, 21 years old. He's better every day. David Robb, who just had the ball, was in Tampa Bay last year. And the last time I saw him play was in the championship game, the soccer bowl, Meadowlands, for 74,000 people. He's the type of center forward that Robb who just sacrificed his body. Scottish forward, just sacrificed his body to score goals.
Okay, not too many faces back from last year. That's one of them, 11. But for the Fury, they have Pete Van Aaron in goal. On defense, Brady Martinovich, John Dempsey, Nicky Nikolic, and Brooks Kreider. By the way, Nikolic is the one responsible for Mike Stanovich for being out most of last year.
He did it against him when he was in Tulsa. What's interesting now is Redford, number 12, who just had the ball. We'll get back to him in a minute. He, another fine Scottish forward. Unlike Robb, he's very quick, very fast, good shot, and he just pesters you to death. Just pesters you to death.
In the midfield for Philadelphia, they have Miro Djordjevic, Dick Lukic, Tony Glavin, as I mentioned. And then, of course, up front, Fidelia, Robb, and Burnwood. There's no score. We have 2:13 gone in the first half, and Soccer 79 will continue in a moment.
Here comes the Budweiser Spider. 600 fuel-injected horses created to run out front, to lead the way, like Budweiser itself. On the Can-Am road racing circuit, on tracks all over North America, the roar and the red blur of the Spider say it loud and clear. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
You asked for an incredible new driving experience.
Supra, you got it.
The new Toyota Celica Supra. Incredible pleasure.
Supra, you got it.
Touch is best described as unexpected. Incredible power.
Supra, you got it.
Fuel-injected 6, 5-speed overdrive, 4-wheel disc brakes. Count on it, because it's built by Toyota. When you got it, you got it.
Back at Veterans Stadium, there's no score. There is 37-38 left in the first half. Shot of the game.
Good shot with one. Here it is now. The head ball fed in the middle. Now it's flipped back. Coming to his left foot, just chips it up nice and high. They gain control of the ball. Isredelia with a great opportunity with his right foot, but shoots wide and high to the right.
That was Lucas. Number 16, Dick Lucas for the Fury.
Of course, it should be pointed out that Philadelphia has a marvelous front line. Fidelia, Rochester fans remember him last year. 2 goals in the 3-2 win by Philadelphia at Hollander Stadium after Rochester won here at the Vet 3-0.
That was Tony Glavin with a move through the center. He looked like a football fullback there for a second.
Through there like half that.
The other forward, this Redford, was Tulsa's third leading scorer and third leading scorer in the league among wings last year, so he can certainly do it.
Last year, Tulsa, he just flying the arc, running all over the place. He just weaved through the front line scored a magnificent game.
Robb, who comes over from Tampa Bay, he was their second leading scorer in 78. Of course, that team lost to the Cosmos in the NASL final.
All right, play at midfield right now. Philadelphia with possession. That's Tony Glavin. Glavin gets it over to Zurich and one outside. And then moving down, right to the bench. Martin by Nelson Capello. They'll be both going for the Fury.
They're not talking about, Marko Velak, the coach this year, the different style he brings over from Yugoslavia, more similar to that point by Popovich in Germany. Mijanovic had Velak for a coach, his very first coach in native Yugoslavia.
Now you see they're playing 2 forwards up front. Delia and Robb. And they're just bringing Redford in from the side.
Knocked away by Voslic. There's Mijanovic trying to help jump Robb. And it's inside. Inside by Fidelia. Here's Shep Messing coming out, makes a save. We haven't mentioned Shep too much yet.
Yeah, you have to watch the magnificent jumping ability of these soccer players. It's really phenomenal. Look at that weight. Positive, the Iceman got up that time, and then another beautiful jump, and then finally a little chip up there. There's the Rico coming over the first ball away with it. Strong play.
There's Nelson Capello breaking up the move. Nelson still has it, marked by 2 men. Gets it out to Sheila. Sheila tried to get it over to Mike Stojanovic, but it wouldn't get a touch. It'll be a throw-in for Philadelphia. 34-50 remaining in the first half, still no score.
Apparently, speaking of Shep Messing, you probably have to be very grateful to his high school because were it not for the fact that they dropped football, Shep may never have picked up a soccer ball. The only reason he went after soccer was because there wasn't any football.
Isn't that a fantastic story? Age 18, talent to develop. What a fine young man. How proud we are for it. And absolutely watch the line.
That's just on the attack now. Sheila bringing it back. Lancer setting up. There's a long shot. And Keith Conner in with the save.
We watched Sela yesterday. He's a very, very hard shot and very accurate shot.
He's really tough defense.
Here come the Fury now. This is Robb. The touch.
Now that was a classic, excuse me, Rob, that's a classic example of the 2 forwards who crisscross, this bullock system, and then Redford will come up and fill up the vacant spot once they make the crisscross. Fine example of the style he'll play, the quick counterattack.
Well, they're marking close, too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not going back. Here's the Lancers now trying to get it out. And they do. There's Jimmy Callahan. Jimmy Trying to get it back to Mike Stoyanovich. Sela brings it over to Pat Arkley. Here come the Lancers on the attack down the right side with Pat Arkley trying to get away. He's being marked close by Martinovich. Martinovich gets it away from Pat. And Fury back on the attack now with Georgievich. Georgievich. And they're slipping out there a little bit. We haven't had any rain. In fact, we haven't mentioned the weather, but it's very warm here in Philadelphia. Unlike in Rochester with the rain, they haven't seen any rain, at least in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Speaking of this Georgievich, Coach Popovich of the Lancers is very, very concerned about him. He says he can score from anywhere from 30, 35 yards out. He has that kind of a shot.
He has a very...
I think the two teams are kind of feeling themselves out right now in the early part of this game. And then they'll kind of open it up after that. They'll feel themselves out, see what they're in for, and then go to it with their whatever they're going to be doing.
They've been making a couple of probes right now. They're just seeing how far they're going to go. They're both dropping wings and midfielders back, not leaving too much space.
Nice pass by Jimmy Balahan inside to Pat Arkley.
But Stoyanovich was offside. Stoli knew he was offside. Had his angle as he walked over.
Messing was saying that most of the game would probably be played at midfield. We'll touch on that later.
Okay, it'll be a go kick for Philadelphia, and we'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Well, Miss Webb, your taxes are done. Thank you very much.
He used to drive...
Coming back now, we have a great break here by the Fury. They cross the ball into the middle, then there's a good opportunity. A great save by Shep. Dies, pokes it with his left hand, and then a kick save by Shep, messing with his right foot. Fantastic. Those quick reflexes.
Tony Clavin with the shot and a very quick reaction, especially under the circumstances for Shep messing. But it's probably the best thing that could have happened to him at this stage of the game.
And we have an injury on the field, and it looks like, I can't tell, but it looks like Nelson Capello is down. Nelson Capello is down. Looks like a head injury, and Joe Sirianni is taking care of it.
Okay, well, that's going on. We'll take a break, too. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Meet Lipton tea lover Don Meredith.
You know, I've been telling folks that Lipton is the dandiest tasting tea for a long time now. Then the other day, my brother Billy Jack said, Don, why does Lipton taste so good? And you know, I didn't know. So I asked the folks at Lipton, and they explained. They put a quality blend of about 20 special teas in this little rascal. Son of a gun. With a blend that good, no wonder Lipton tastes so dandy. Try a cup, and you'll be a Lipton tea lover, too.
Introducing the official pace car of America's international Grand Prix races. Celica Supra by Toyota. With the power of a fuel-injected 6-cylinder overhead cam engine, 4-wheel power disc brakes.
You got it.
Supra, a luxurious surprise. Luxury interiors with unexpected standard features like air conditioning and power windows. Celica Supra, it's an incredible driving experience.
When you got it, you got it. Toyota.
Back at Veterans Stadium, 30-59 left in the first half. No score between the Lancers and the Fury. And Nelson Capello, okay, he's back playing now. He had an injury to a part of his face. It looked like his jaw. He was rubbing his jaw after he got up. Okay, back in action here. Here's Fidalia for Philadelphia. Stoyanovich heads it away.
And did he head it away?
Here's Redford. Redford over to Zurich. And the Lancers bring it back.
Suteski cut in beautifully, just stealing that ball. Look at him work. Look at him work where he's going to get out.
Here's Tony Clavin for Philadelphia.
Right now, Lancer fans, you can order your Lancer Seasons tickets for the 79 season. Just call 232-2420 or 232-2425 right now. And with every season ticket you order, you'll receive a Shep Messing t-shirt, which will be modeled, by the way, at halftime. Hope you'll enjoy that. Also on sale are 5 and 10 packs, along with many season tickets. You can also order individual game tickets. Call 232-2420 or 232-2425. Operators are standing by right now. MasterCharge and Visa cards are accepted.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's going to be a good modeling session. It's a wonderful Lancer Mania Shep Messing t-shirt.
Here's Sutevsky. Sutevsky gets it over to Carlos Pachame, two of the new additions of the Rochester Lancers. Whole new midfield along with Renato Sila. Fury half back now, and Zurich takes over for the Philadelphia Fury. Moving from left to right there in the yellow. Of course, the Lancers in their blue and gold.
Speaking of new Lancers, Pachame, of course, from Argentina, has played on the Argentine national team. A defensive-type player, a very good one, an experienced player. As far as Shutevsky is concerned, he played with Toronto. He's a marvelous all-around player, isn't he, Charlie?
He certainly is, and he's the type of player who can play at fullback, midfield, right wing. And he's not a utility player. He has all the talent, only 24 years old, and what a positive acquisition for the Rochester Lancers. Really thrilling to happen.
Well, I notice how Philadelphia is marking. They're not going back. They're staying right up close. They're going man-to-man almost right off the bat.
Well, they're hoping to that we're going to be tired coming out of the big field, and they're going to play for the one mistake. They'll like to get the one goal and hold. So it's going to look at the individual effort there. That's number 9, Georgievich.
That's Georgievich. All right, here's Zurich coming back now. Zurich gets it over to Georgievich. Georgievich tried to get it back to Zurich and a give and go, but it didn't work. And the Lancers have it now. Lancers bringing it back. There's a long pass down to Mike Stanovich. Stanovich trying to get it over to Pat Arkin. It was broken up by the Fury, so it'll be a throw-in for the Lancers.
They're marking Mike Stanovich, number 5, Dempsey, is wearing him like an outer shirt. He's just staying right with him. Whoever Stoli goes, Dempsey goes. Look at him.
Coach Dragan Popovich figured that he'd have a couple of men at him, and he's hoping to use him almost as a decoy.
He wants Stanovich, too, to play primarily offense. He doesn't want him wasting his energy going back on D at all. He said, you let the other fellas do the work, get it to you, and then we want you to put the ball in the net.
Oh, he likes that.
I'll bet he does. What impresses me about Stanovich, though, as you've said, he basically is a one-foot kicker with that right. He has no left at all, and yet he's so
everybody knows about
in the league.
It's fascinating that he has that
Oh, nice play. Nice play.
That's 2 nice plays.
Play by Nick Mianovich. Sometime during the game, we'll be picking well, of course, near the end of the game. I'll tell you about it in a second. We're going to see Mianovich at work in a moment. Here's a strap by Fidalio.
Hard play by Stanovich. Here's a throw-in. Now watch Nick come in, steal it, but coming on, not wasting, and the sliding tackle. Good sliding tackle.
We're back live now. Fury have the ball. Well, nobody has the ball right now. They're battling for it in midfield. There's Stolly. Stolly with a nice volley. Okay, this is Georgievich bringing it back. And Lancers get it back. Nice play by Dempsey. He's nice and cool.
Ron, a number of players very active out there. I'm looking forward to the opportunity for us to pick the offensive and defensive players of the game.
The way they're playing, Nick and Shep, excellent defense so far. And it's really been a very heavy defensive-oriented game, at least at this point. They're feeling themselves out. We'll start to open up, I think, in the next position or two.
Okay, now Fellow. In the middle. Here's Jimmy Pollahan on the left side. Here's a long ball. On the right side. There's nobody over there.
Well, Jimmy was trying to get somebody crossing. Trying to get the head out.
Mike over there. It'll be a throw-in for the Fury. And the Fury bring it back. Zurich will bring it down. Up here. Moving from left to right. There's Robb. Getting it back to Fidelia. And the Lancers pick it up now. The Lancers will bring it back. This is David DeRico. And the Fury.
The Lancers just a little bit disorganized in this field. There's Gino Dupolito with a nice heel pass.
Nice play there by Pachame.
You really have to clear the ball. It's very dangerous against this type of team with players who can hit. Look at that DeRico. Dangerous play for him. Setting up now for the direct kick. That was Dave DeRico coming in and with the high kick, and he's getting a warning by the smiling referee, as we call him, Gino DiPolito.
We have 4 referees now that we'll talk about in just a moment. There's a nice pass inside Redford, but he didn't have anybody to pass to. And it's coming out. Here's the break. There's Pollahan getting it down to Mike Stanovich. And Stanovich trying to outrun Nikolic.
Good sprint, though.
Yeah,
good sprint.
Nikolic comes up with it, and the Fury come back.
What's impressed me about the Fury attack so far is that they're using Robb as a little bit of a target man. That is, they'll put a long ball to him or a medium long ball that he'll just push it down or push it off with one of the forwards coming in crisscrossing. It's a kind of a dangerous play because they've got to worry about Robb not shooting, but passing off and centering the ball.
Here's Jimmy Callahan trying to outrace the ball, and he does. Still has possession, being marked very closely. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy trying to make his move. He's got another man. He's got 3 men around him right now. And a nice move by Redford came all the way up to help out the defense for Philadelphia.
The sun is hot. It's an AstroTurf field, which I think everybody can see. So the Lancers are just a little bit concerned about the heat that they would have preferred to have a little cooler day.
Okay, Shep Messing to take care of that, and he does. There's 23:51 left in the first half. Still no score. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Did you check your mail today? The auto dealers on Lake Avenue, the LA Strip, have mailed out 5,000 more personally addressed checks, each in the amount of $300. $300! If you are one of the lucky ones, you can use that check at any dealer on the LA Strip. Taylor Pontiac, Bon & Blust, Buckman Oldsmobile, Pace Setter, Datsun Fiat, Heinrich Chevrolet, or Judge Ford. And you can use it for any car or truck on the Strip, new or used. $300. Did you get your check today? If not, call 467-3210. Operators are standing by.
Tennesseeing is believing.
The Northeast. It's good to be back. Man, did I miss the sea, the sand, the beautiful sunrises. The Northeast has a flavor all its own, and so does our beer, Genesee. Great taste every time. I'm a Genesee believer.
You can count on Jenny Taste, 'cause it's brewed in just one place. Tennessee is believing.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Ron Francois on the top. Then with Chuck Schiano. The Lancers against the Fury. The Lancers opener of the season. Fury on the attack now. They're in the yellow, and they're moving left to right against the blue and gold Lancers.
Charlie, as far as Robb is concerned, number 10, he's such a scoring threat. Mijanovic, I'm told by Coach Popovich, will stay with Robb.
Here comes a layoff again. Look at this passing. Really fine passing. The effort there. Finally came right in. Number 1 just pushes the ball right. There's a turn, and there's a good pass right on the goal. There's look at Shep. Right in position, down, good save. Covers, swallows up the ball with his body. A superb play.
Lukic with a shot on goal.
Very well done.
Charlie, again, as far as Mijanovic is concerned, he'll hound Robb, won't he, one-on-one?
Yeah, he'll stay with Robb one-on-one. He's going to cover him just the way Dempsey is playing Stuyanovic. Now here's Stuyanovic taking the direct kick. There's the wall in front of it. Stuyanovic really has got a hard shot.
There's the shot.
That was a dipping shot. If you watch, he bent it right around the wall. Now take a look at it. As he approaches, it's going to be a right-footed shot, of course. Now look at it. Drives it right around the wall, and there is good positioning. Fine save by the Philadelphia keeper, Van Aaron.
Back live, throw in. Lancers being marked very, very closely down at their end. And that's Rico getting it out.
That's one of the longest passes the Lancers have made today.
We're going long ball.
Van Aaron.
He really had to, because he was being marked very closely in there. He wanted to get it out. He wanted to get it out of there.
I think Popovich likes to see a long ball occasionally, especially when they're expecting the short ball. But you won't see too many of them, right? Look at Jim Callahan. Yeah. Helping out, isn't that fantastic?
We asked him what he preferred, and half-time for defense. And surprisingly enough, he preferred defense. If he had a choice, he doesn't mind playing offense. He enjoys playing forward, and he's good at it. He played it in college. He scored a lot of goals too. But it was surprising to hear him say he liked the.
Of course, on the U.S. national team, he played defense.
There's a long ball. There's Redford with the pass, and
he could have stopped the ball and stopped and turned around and waited, but he tried to, take it on the run, and he was twisting, the ball went wide. But the word on Jimmy Callahan is, it really is inspiring, because the young man has made his name as a defender in this league. But we needed him on the forward line, especially with Gergerev, Fred, and Julio Belon not available. And very unselfish. If I have to, gentlemen, to need me, I'll be there. And we certainly appreciate, I know the Rochester fans do, the great hustle of this young man.
Nice center by Jimmy Callahan. And Van Aaron is up there to grab it, and the Fury brings it back. This is Dempsey, the old veteran. He was one of the few returnees to the Fury this year. There's a long ball attempts, he still has that long ball style.
And who was back to head it away? Jimmy Callahan. That's Polly now with 2 fine defensive plays as the right wing.
Callahan, a candidate for our offensive and defensive player of the game. We'll be naming both.
How would you name Callahan as a left wing?
The way he's moving up and down the length of the field, it'd be difficult.
Yeah, that was here's a good example of a foul as they come down. Here's Eric Lee come on the ball dribbling. Now watch how they come right into him, and there's a good foul. Took his legs, didn't touch the ball. That's a direct kick. And then there's a warning. There's DiPolito giving a warning now to Brooks Kreider.
Jimmy Redford is noted for that.
Yeah.
I understand that he likes the mix stuff just a bit.
Oh, sure. Took his legs right out of it.
And that was Mike Stoyanovich giving him a piece of his mind. Van Aaron right there to make the save.
Van Aaron, a teammate of David DeRico at Hartwick.
Of course, David is hoping that we get close enough to
The linesman indicated one way, and DiPolito called it the other way.
Charlie, we mentioned we have an extra
official. Yeah, the official. I don't know where he's located right now. I can't find. There he is by the table, just between the 2 benches. His job will be to help explain the rules for the camera, for the fans, for TV. If there are 2 yellow cards given, for example, and a player's ejected for 2 yellow cards, he'll hold up. There he is now. You see him standing by the scorer's table. He'll help with the timekeeping. He'll help explain the rules. And here's a corner kick coming up.
Okay,
and watch this. Take it, Ron.
Okay, let's watch this corner. There's a signal that'll be made by Shep Messing. And he'll either call, I'll take it, or you take it. And in this case, he called for his teammates to take it. Here's a shot inside, right next to Fidelia, but he couldn't get his foot on it. And now the Fury working it around. Broken up by DeRico, playing a nice game.
Rod, soccer fans might look for that all year long. If Shep doesn't feel he can get it, he'll say, out. Get that ball out. If he feels he can take it, he'll yell, keeper, and then you can watch for his teammates to break out the other way.
Okay, left side open there for a moment, but Nelson Capello got back there to cover. I noticed how Jimmy Callahan covered when you were discussing the official, Charlie. Went through 2 Lancer defenders, and Jimmy Callahan, who was a forward, was way in the back covering. Here's a shot. Here's a shot opportunity by Georgievich.
And DeRico stopped it with his legs.
Yes, playing a nice game. Okay, there's Jimmy Callahan. Gets through him. Stolle gets it over to the right side. Sheila over there on the right side. Here's Stolle, trying to center.
Corner.
It'll be another Lancer corner. I believe that's 4 for the Lancers now.
No score, and 16-12 to go in the first half from Veterans Stadium. And the Lancers will be returning to Rochester tomorrow afternoon on Allegheny flight number 258. We'll have more on that in a moment.
Okay, here's the corner for the Lancers. That's Stolle this time. And it goes over to Jimmy Callahan, and it headed out beautifully by number 7, Randy Martinovich.
They called the foul on somebody. Looked like Jimmy. Yeah, here comes the corner kick again. Here's Stolle with the strong right foot. Look how he really gets into it. Fine foul out. The ball's curving out. A perfect ball for a headshot. There's Callahan, but he fouls. I couldn't see who he fouled there, but it was one of the Furies.
Okay, a little bit of over-aggressiveness for... Okay, here's a shot inside. Shep Messing. That's the guy you don't want to run into.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to run into either one of them.
And Pat gets it out. There's a whistle.
Looked like it's a Lancer throw-in.
Lancer throw-in. Out at our own end. 15-13 left in the first half. Soccer 79 will continue in a moment.
To everybody who puts in a hard day's work, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you. That's for you. For all you do, the King of Beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
Back at Veterans Stadium. Here's a shot by Jimmy Callahan and a one-handed.
Oh, I'll tell you, it looked like he hit a foot.
Well, just a moment ago when we were in a commercial, we also had a near goal for the Lancers, and we're going to show you that in just a moment. First of all, it was Pat Ercole with a beautiful opportunity. We'll show it to you. Here's the Fury now on the attack, and that was a good act there.
And it's going to be a corner kick on behalf of the Fury. But here comes the play. Here comes Ercole. Beautiful cross. Stoley right in front, and he stubs the ball. He stubs the ball. It was a magnificent play by Pat Ercole, who was fed a nice pass by Shatevsky, crossed the ball, and Stoley fanned on it.
Both teams starting to open up a little bit right now. Here's the corner. Knocked out by Mijatovic. Here's another shot, and knocked out again for the Lancers. That time was Capello. Excuse me, Sela that time. Here's Shep Messing pushing it out. Here's another header inside. That's Shep Messing pushing it out again. And Nelson Capello gets it out of danger.
Can you believe that play? Fantastic. Shep with a couple of great saves. Oh, superb play.
Fury still on the attack here. This is Djordjevic. Give and go. Back to Djordjevic inside. And that's the Iceman, Milan Vazilic, breaking it up, and the Lancers are bringing it back.
I tell you, nerves of steel and no blood at all. Just ice water in his veins. You see how he just calmly turned that ball around.
Philadelphia coming back on the attack.
Takes your breath away, Ron, I tell you. Look at this Ercole. Look at this young man.
It's Pat Ercole.
Now we're going to take a chance. Look at this fine defensive play. Here the ball's been captured. Now they come in. There's the cross. Into the middle. Now look, Shep with the right hand and pushing the ball away. They capture it again. Head it back into the middle. Shep again punching it away. And
getting into a collision at the same time.
Really, Shep is like an acrobat out there. Here's the
Lancer corner once again. It's Mike Stojanovic taking the corner. Headed into Sela. Sela has it knocked away by Dempsey, and it should be a throw-in for the Lancers.
And, of course, the Lancers, as we started to mention earlier, they'll be returning to Rochester tomorrow afternoon on Allegheny Flight number 258, arriving in Rochester at 3 p.m. The Lancer Maniac Booster Club is sponsoring a motorcade from the airport to Tuts Villa, where a welcome home party is being held, and the public is invited to come out and meet the 1979 Lancers. Tuts Villa is located on Buffalo Road in Gates.
There's a long ball down to Redford, knocked out now by Nelson Capello, and the Fury at midfield. This is Tony Glavin. Glavin inside to Fidalia. Fidalia has it knocked away. Has it knocked away by Carlos Pachame. Lancers still have it. That's Mike Stojanovic over to Jimmy Callahan. Here comes Jimmy inside. Jimmy has Mike Stojanovic moving in. Broken up.
Nice play, and they're going to call. They're calling the foul on Mike Stojanovic. They're calling that foul on Mike Stojanovic, and it looks like here it is. We're going to see it back on. Now here's a good situation, a good offensive attack. Jimmy Callahan coming down now and easily pushing the ball with his right foot. Stojanovic coming in, stepping in, and he does in that instance. You can see it on the replay. Does foul the defender, but a fine play by Jimmy and a very fine effort offensively by Mike Stojanovic.
Of course, at the end of the game, we'll be naming an offensive and defensive player of the game. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Lancer. It'll just be the outstanding defensive player and the outstanding offensive player.
Completely unbiased position. I hope that the offensive and defensive player of the game do wear the blue and gold, though. I want to know that,
since we're making the choice, it just might be.
Let's hope.
Here's Robb. It's knocked away, but it's wide open on the left-hand side. Here's Djordjevic with a long ball inside. Here's Robb all by himself, but there is a whistle.
That's an interesting byplay, the offside. But Shep is so proud when Robb took the shot after the offsides had been called, he still jumped up to block it.
Charlie, with 9:50 to go in the first half and no score from the Veterans Stadium, perhaps you can explain that offsides, especially to some of our newer viewers to the game.
Well, offsides basically, as simply put as we can, when the ball is played forward, there must be one defender between the goalie and the first offensive player. And I guess it's a little confusing, but just try and think about it. There must be a full player, and if an offensive player is just partially partially in front of a defensive player, it's still offsides. Or if there isn't the full width of a body of a defensive player between the first offensive player when the ball is played forward, then it is offsides.
Dave DeRico with a nice stop. Gets it over to Carlos Pachamay, and all the way back to Shep Messing.
That's a good move, you know, because they were playing around with it too long. When you do that against a team like this with Redfern and Glavin or Robb, they'll just knock you over and take the ball and go in and score. So push it back. Look at the experience a young, great American player like DeRico has. The knowledge, say, okay, let's not make a mistake. Let's push it back to Shep and start things over again.
Dempsey all the way up the header, and it goes back to DeRico.
Look at that Chetevsky run.
Yep. Fury bringing it back now. This is Fidelia. Fidelia trying to get it over to Georgievich. Georgievich has it, left-footed. They've got two right together, and the Lancers will take over now. Get over the midfield stripe. Nice pass, nice header over there.
Chetevsky.
Yep. Easy save for Keith Van Aren. He throws it out, misses his player. Van Arkley goes back to get it. He'll pass it back to Nelson Capello, and the Lancers will bring it back. Broken up again by the Fury. Nelson has it once again. Nelson over the midfield stripe. Gets it over on the right-hand side of Pat Arkley. Pat chasing after the ball. He'll try to center it. And it's broken up by the Fury. Might be a corner.
Shows a goal kick there. I hope everybody's going to call the Lancer office at 232-2420 to order their Shep Messing Lancer t-shirts.
7:54 left in the first half. Still no score here at Veterans Stadium. Rod DeFrance along with Tom Pippins and Chuck Schiano. Both teams starting to open up a little bit right now. I think both teams have had an even amount of opportunities. Here's Dave DeRico coming back. Tried to save it, but he couldn't. So it'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, corner kick done. Dave tried to trap that with his chest, put it down, and then pass it to Shep, but it just rolled off the side. And rather to gamble with a handball, he let it go out of bounds.
Tony Glavin over on the right-hand side. He'll take the shot. There it is over the middle. And we had a collision in there. It looks like Tony Glavin maybe.
Yeah, they really went over Mijatovich's head.
Okay, so there is a timeout, and I'll tell you what, we'll take an opportunity here to take a break. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Doyle Chevrolet invites you to come in and inspect their new van conversion lines. Van American, Starcraft, and Reamer. Whatever model you choose, rest assured that you'll buy at the lowest prices in Monroe County and receive the best Chevrolet van service available. Shop at Doyle Chevrolet for the van you want at the price you can afford. Doyle Chevrolet, 740 Ridge Road, Webster, Empire Boulevard Extension. Monroe County's fastest growing Chevrolet dealership, and they service what they sell.
By the time this mountain of snow melts, you'll be thinking ahead to the cool comfort of summer air conditioning. Don't wait until then to buy. You'll be losing as much as $150. That's right. During March and April, General Electric is offering cash refunds of up to $100. And Isaac Heating and Air Conditioning will throw in a $50 United States savings bond. Call now. Our operators are standing by.
Phone 266-1705, night or day.
Boy, all this air conditioning talk is making me hot.
Back at Veterans Stadium, a couple of nice plays by David DeRico and Redford. Was a one-on-one, and boy, did he play that, Charlie.
I'll tell you, he just played him so well. Redford has to really be frustrated. He played him just beautifully. Didn't get excited. Now, Redford's a fine Scottish wing, and, you know, he's the type of guy, as I mentioned before, will pester you to death, and he stayed right with him.
We had a whistle on that play.
Offsides. Offsides, Phil.
DeRico, of course, captained the U.S. national team in '77. He was the NASL's first-round draft pick, in fact, the third player chosen by Minnesota in 1974. And we'd like to inform you once again that right now you can order your Lancer season tickets for the '79 season. Just call 232-2420 or 232-2425 right now. And with every season ticket you order, you receive a Shep Messing t-shirt, which will be modeled at halftime, by the way. Also on sale, 5 and 10 packs, along with mini season tickets. You can also order individual game tickets. Call 232-2420 or 232-2425. Operators are standing by right now. MasterCharge and Visa cards are accepted.
He was following Ted Arkley during that little promotional concept by Tom. And now they start upfield again. Look how they carry the ball.
Broke it up there. Here we get it back. Get over to Robb. Robb trying to get it to Redford, and DeRico right there. Gets it back to Shep Messing, and Shep will get it out. Philadelphia is hoping to wear the Lancers down, Charlie.
They certainly do. That's what they're looking for in this hot weather. The fact that they think they'll give them a help.
Certainly good if we can score a couple of goals, maybe just one.
This one would be a big help right now.
Okay.
But I think we're going to put a couple in.
Jeff will get it out. We had a beautiful opportunity at one point there with Pat Arkin and Mike Stoyanovich. There's a long ball. Oh, that.
A fine effort by Jimmy Palahan. Look at the long ball come through now. Now Stoyanovich turns around, but Jimmy keeps on going, and there he just puts the ball through, touches it, and they finally put it out of bounds. Good play. Good play. Here comes the corner kick. It looks like Stoley's going to take it now. He's going to take it with his right foot. Here it'll be an in-swinger. Now, it won't be the out-swinger. Both times we saw the ball swing out. So you'll see the men, you'll see the position here where he's going to swing it in. He could score from this position because the ball will banana hook. Will take a hook on it. Now, it looks like with his right foot, which we know he's going to use, he'll take an in-swinger.
We have a brief timeout down there, Chuck, because of an injury. We have the trainer out looking at Brooks Kreider.
I wonder if we could mention again that the Lancer office is staffed. We have 4 or 5 staff members there. And if you call 232-2420, you'll be able to order your Lancer season tickets. And for every season ticket ordered and purchased on this broadcast, you will get a Lancer Mania Shep Messing T-shirt.
4:34 left in the half. Here comes Mike Stoyanovich with the corner. The Lancers' 5th corner of the match. And Sela by the post.
Good.
Here comes a...
And it's just pushed away.
A little bit over
Van
Sela.
Aaron.
Here's Dempsey back with it now. Dempsey gets it out. Nelson Capello will go over for it. Goes into touch, and Nelson will throw it in. Throw in Lancers. We're rounding down here, winding down in the first half. 4:17 left, still no score. A couple of threats, however.
Charlie, as far as the game is concerned, it cannot end in a tie, can it?
No, it won't be a tie. There'll be 2 overtimes. If we don't score on the overtime, then we go into the shootout. And just nobody likes, at least the players are not fond of the shootout. And we'll talk about that later. Hopefully we won't be placed in that position.
We have another corner.
I wonder how many corners we've had.
We've had 6. I've had 6 marked down, Charlie.
Probably right.
To their 2.
A good sign of the offensive thrust. The Lancers had 6 corner kicks per half, are a great number of corner kicks.
Here's Stoley once again. Broken up there by Georgievich. And Stoley gets it back. Stoley has it now. Here's a shot by Stoley. Broke it up. Stoley gets it back again.
Playing a magnificent game from the offensive position, I just tell you.
There's Dempsey with this long ball once again. Nick Mianovich down there with Robb. Robb the striker for the Fury. Robb, he likes to act, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does. And they call the foul on Stoyanovich for pushing.
Mianovich, right.
Stoley with a couple of fine offensive moves. Consider him as one of the offensive players of the game. Redfern, of course, has been, I think, absolutely brilliant on the right, causing a lot of problems.
As far as defense is concerned for the Lancers, DeRico's been very effective.
Oh, he and Shep, too, I thought.
Shep looks very sharp.
Oh, great to watch. It's just fun to watch him. I like to watch him when he played against us.
Probably a lot more fun to have him on your side, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Martinovich had a couple of Lancers around him, controlled the ball. They still have it. That's Jimmy Palahan giving a little nudge over there. Kreider, okay. Fury coming back, broken up by Jimmy Palahan. Here's a shot by Mike Stoyanovich. He's a little frustrated. He's got John Dempsey in front of him, and he's a tough guy to get by, along with Nicky Nikolic.
And they're dropping what's his name on him, too. They're dropping 22 Tony Glavin.
Jimmy Palahan playing a fine game.
Oh, that interception that they set up that last little thrust. Very quick reactions, and Jimmy is doing a heck of a job.
We alluded to it earlier. He's a very fine two-way player, Charlie.
Yeah, and he has all the talent. And he's a big lad, you know. He's really move out there, so kind of player who can give you a lot of goals and he will play a lot of defense.
Well, as we mentioned it, we are playing in AstroTurf. We haven't had any rain, so it's a dry field. Hardly any wind. It's a very warm day in Philadelphia. It's been warm the last couple of days. Sun keeps coming in and out. It's kind of like a hazy day, but it's very warm down there.
see what happened that last play. There was just too many short little passes. And immediately, the Philadelphia team, by exerting pressure, stepped in and stole the ball. Nothing happened, but you could have had an awful problem. That's why I like the Rico style, Boswick style. Get the ball. Don't waste it. Push it back to the goalkeeper and start again. Always open it up.
Charlie, just 1:15 left in the first half.
I've got it.
Still no score.
Yeah.
We're playing almost an hour now.
Charlie, how about your analysis of the first half? Have you seen good play out there?
Oh, I think it's a tremendous defensive play and very good thrust by the Lancers in terms of Callahan, Stoyanovich, and Ercole. I think the problem is that, coming out again and having to get a few more games under their belt to get the sense of timing, the sense of position on the field. They've been playing indoor now 31 games, and that's going to be our concern right now.
The Fury have looked very effective, and of course both the goalkeepers doing a fine job. Baron Aaron for the Fury doing an excellent job as well.
Fury will have a corner kick. That'll be the third that I have marked down. Djordjevic very fast. Gets it inside. There's a shot, but it goes wide right.
It looks like it was Fidelia up there who got his head on it. He can really jump, and he's been a thorn, too, on our side. But
boy, has he. Only 15 seconds left.
How about that?
13 and winding down. Shep Messing, just about enough time to get it out. And the first half will end in a scoreless deadlock. Okay, 2 seconds, 1 second, and we still don't have the official whistle yet, but there it is. The end of the first half.
Here's the replay on the corner kick. Djordjevic putting it up there. Nice ball. Up in the air high. It wasn't Fidelia, but a nice ball.
It may have been Dempsey, maybe?
Yeah, looked
Dempsey
like
be playing up that far?
Yep.
Well, at any rate, that's the end of the first half with no score. And we'll be back for our halftime activities after this.
Hey, get ready. Here comes the king of beer. Say Budweiser, you said it all.
Remember when a bargain meant a good car for a good price? It still does. The Toyota Corolla two-door sedan. And now you can get it for a song.
Ask for it, $37.48.
And that $37.48 includes a list of features you just don't find in most bargains, like dependable, fully transistorized ignition, heavy-duty rust-proofing, power-assisted front disc brakes, and more at no extra cost. And you get it all built into a unitized body that's welded together to stay together longer. Plus the kind of gas mileage that makes a Toyota Corolla an even bigger bargain every time you drive it. That's the kind of economy and dependability that makes a Toyota Corolla a true bargain and the world's best-selling car. And you can have it for a song.
You asked for it, $37.48. $37.48.
WOKR, TV 13, Rochester, New York.
Well, turn you around. Well, we're at halftime at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia with Ron DeFrance and Charlie Giano. I'm Tom Pippins. And, Charlie, what do you think as far as the first half is concerned, your analysis of the play?
Well, I think that the defense was superb. But Shep Messing, Dave DeRico, Nick, Foslick, Capello playing exceptionally strong in the midfield. And you've got to understand, this Philadelphia team is superb. Good attacking team. I thought it was a very solid defensive first half. I think offensively, once Mike Stoyanovich and a few others get the feel of it, we're going to do all right.
Why is it that every time you mention Shep Messing, you have a smile on your face,
well,
especially relative to promotions and what have you?
Well, I'll tell you, this is our model, this lovely young lady from Philadelphia who's wearing one of these Shep Messing T-shirts, so that for every Lancer fan, who calls 232-2420, they'll be able to get one of these Shep Messing T-shirts absolutely free. And, of course, all you have to do is call the number 232-2420, and you get one of the... Dear, would you mind turning around this? Here's the back of it, so you get the beautiful Lancer Mania Shep Messing T-shirt. Now we have the front again. And this lovely young lady, are you really Shep Messing's illegitimate daughter? No, I guess not.
I know one thing, Joanne has to be just a little bit embarrassed, but thank you very much.
Joanne, you've been beautiful here, and we know that you're a great soccer fan and a great Lancer. She's really a Lancer fan, fans. We want you to know that. So call the Lancer office. Season tickets are going very well. And, of course, you know, Tom, having Shep Messing and Dave DeRico on the team, it just adds so much major league status to it, and we're so proud to have them on the team. Of course, you know, we don't want to run down the fellows we're not by not mentioning them, the fellows like Sutevsky who are playing beautiful, but it's the support that the Lancer fans will give by buying their season tickets now, which will help us keep fellows like Shep Messing around for a long time, the Dave DeRicos and all the others, and we're going to provide Rochester with a major league championship team. Remember, Fred Gergerev and, of course, Balon aren't here, but this is a magnificent T-shirt. What about that, Tom? You like the T-shirt?
I think it's outstanding, and
How
I think
about
the
one
model
more
is
time,
outstanding
turn around. Well, we got to order that, 232-2420, and get your Shep Messing Lancer T-shirt. Very good, Joanne. Thank you very much, dear. What a good sport you are.
At halftime from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Lancers no score and Philadelphia nothing. Back in just a moment.
Lake Stutson Marine, Rochester's finest marine dealer at 4383 Lake Avenue, welcomes you aboard Summer 79. Lake Stutson, this area's largest Mercury dealer and home of the Black Max, offers you tremendous values on these performance-proven outboards. And the hottest-selling boat in Rochester is Baja, exclusively on display at Lake Stutson. See our complete line of Baja Wellcraft, Four Winds, and Sea Nymph boats. Stop at the port of good values for great names in boating, service, and accessories. Lake Stutson Marine, Lake Avenue at Stutson Street. After we've delivered your package, we won't disappear.
Mommy, teacher asked us today where potatoes come from.
Bet you said under the ground.
Nope.
Oh, you said Idaho because that's the kind we eat. Only Idaho potatoes are good enough for this blue box.
I didn't say Idaho.
Well, then what did you say?
I said friendship.
The potato taste says Idaho, and they're creamy through and through. If the little red flag says French's, and the little box is blue.
French's, we make your life delicious.
Hey, this Christmas party is getting a little too quiet. I think it's time we liven it up with my favorite Christmas gift, Mr. Microphone. Hey, what's that? Well, you set the dial on your FM radio and testing. Hey, I'm on the radio.
These kids are having a fabulous time with Mr. Microphone, the cordless microphone that actually puts your voice on the radio. There are no attaching wires, so you're free to move around. Broadcast over any FM car radio.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later. You can broadcast in mono or with two or more radios in stereo. Yeah.
Professional entertainers use Mr. Microphone for rehearsing. It's practical and great fun for the whole family.
And it's only $14.88. To order COD, call 1-800-228-2045. To save COD charges, send $14.88 to Mr. Microphone, Box 2333, Scottsdale, Arizona. Or call 1-800-228-2045 right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. I'm Tom Pippins. There's no score at halftime between the Fury and the Lancers, and this gentleman, a very fine gentleman who's worked so hard to bring some of the top names to Rochester soccer, is Pat D'Onofrio, who is president and part owner of the Lancers. You've been in the radio booth with broadcaster Wayne Fuller. Your analysis of the first half, Pat.
Well, the way I saw it, and I just got a chance to look at some of these statistics, a very interesting statistic is the fact that there were 7 corner kicks for Rochester and 6 corner kicks for Philadelphia. And, of course, my analysis is that means that ball is going back and forth pretty fast. In order for that many corner kicks in one game, I believe the defenders are hard-pressed when the ball is down into the goal area. And as a result, when they are hard-pressed, they couldn't get with the goal line. The way I saw it, they were going back and forth. It was a fast-moving game. Of course, we had some great opportunities to score, as well as Philadelphia did, too. But it was interesting to see Stoley. He had a great shot from Pat Erkley.
I thought you might mention that.
Pat Erkley gave him that beautiful pass, and Stoley, it was a short goal, except that I think he stubbed his foot on the AstroTurf. I don't know how anyone else saw it.
Now, as far as shots are concerned, Rochester 6, Philadelphia 11. The saves, Messing 5 marvelous saves, and Van Aaron 6. Corners, as Pat mentioned, 7 for the Lancers and 6 for the Fury. Fouls, 8 apiece. As far as offsides is concerned, 2 for Philadelphia, none for the Lancers. And, of course, we have no score and no cautions or ejections. Now, Pat, Messing mentioned that the Lancers would be very, very cautious. They would play it very conservatively early on. They haven't had the opportunity to play one another. Did you see it that way as far as the Lancers are concerned?
Yes, I saw the first 10 minutes. They were so cautious they kept, really, it was mostly in midfield. Most of the play was midfield. They were passing it laterally a lot more than they were, so that they followed Coach Popovich's instructions.
Okay, thank you, President and part owner of the Lancers, Pat D'Onofrio. And at halftime, again, we have no score. Soccer 79 continues after this message from your local station.
Did you check your mail today? The auto dealers on Lake Avenue, the LA Strip, have mailed out 5,000 more personally addressed checks, each in the amount of $300. $300! If you are one of the lucky ones, you can use that check at any dealer on the LA Strip. Taylor Pontiac, Bon & Bluston, Buckman, Oldsmobile, Pace Setter, Datsun Fiat, Heinrich Chevrolet, or Judge Ford. And you can use it for any car or truck on the Strip, new or used. $300. Did you get your check today? If not, call 467-3210. Operators are standing by.
Let Continental Travel take you on a vacation this summer. Visit Europe. Flights to all major cities at great prices like New York to Rome for $399 or New York to Amsterdam, only $260. Make reservations now by calling Continental Travel at 342-2000 or look in the Yellow Pages. Get all information and details for great savings. Toronto to Tampa, only $119 round trip. Continental will take you to London from Toronto for $269. Call today, 342-2000 for a vacation you can afford. Some prices are midweek excursion, advance payment required.
From noon to 5 this Sunday, the savings are great. So come to Lowers across from Pittsburgh Plaza, where the most beautiful new home furnishing ideas are born.
What are we doing next? That's the fabulous Harrogate Spring Band, I believe, Charlie. And
they are colorful, aren't they? And I love the string band. I love that sound. They're beautiful. First prize, first class, I'll tell you.
What do you anticipate in the second half, Charlie?
I think he's going to change Pachame. And I'm not certain. Yeah, he's going to change Pachame, and I think he's going to try out Gambone. Is Gambone dressed? Is he out there dressed? I think he is. Or he's going to try to put Craig Reynolds in to try and get a little more attack from the midfield. He needs a little more push offensively from the midfielders. So I look for one of these guys to move up, and I hope everybody's going to call the Lancer office.
Oh, yes, indeed. And those phone numbers, of course, are 232-2420, 232-2425 for a Shep Meshing T-shirt with every season ticket you order. And, of course, you saw that modeled so marvelously by our Philadelphian Joanne at halftime. And speaking of halftime, there is no score between the Fury of Philadelphia and the Rochester Lancers. Back for the second half kickoff right after this.
Lipton tea lover Don Meredith meets Lipton tea taster Toby Fleming.
Toby, I do love this Lipton. Why does it taste so good? Lipton's quality teas make the difference, Don. See what we put in this flow-through bag. About 20 choice teas from around the world. That's quality. And we blend them to our exact standard of excellence. That's why Lipton has such superb taste.
Toby, you are some Lipton tea taster.
Don, I'm a Lipton tea lover.
No, that's my line.
Well, that band's still out on the field entertaining here at halftime. No score between the Lancers and the Fury, the opening game of the 1979 season for the Rochester Lancers. We have 6 new coaches in the North American Soccer League this year, Charlie. Of course, here for Philadelphia, Marco Valak, and in addition to that, at Edmonton, we have Hans Cray as a new coach. Rinus Michels over there at Los Angeles.
Rinus Michels was the coach of the Dutch national team. Coach Cruyff, the great flying Dutchman Cruyff, and just an absolutely superb player. And of course, some of the other coaches, Alan Hinton from Tulsa, had such a great season last year in Vancouver as an offensive player. I think, you know, what we're going to see today, we've seen a tremendous mixture of offensive thrust, great defense, superb defense, the great sliding kick of Shep Messing. He kicked out that ball. We saw the replay. That was just superb. And Nick Mihajlovic, who's been in the air all day, heading balls out. The fine, really top-notch professional play of Dave DeRico. And how about Callahan? I've been making little notes here. He's been making great defensive plays from a wing position. And then Ercole, who I think has been very, very creative out there. Tom, how do you see the offense? I thought Redfern was excellent. Georgievich, it's just tough to. The teams are so well balanced.
You know, Charlie, if the game was to end right now with no score, and of course we're only at halftime, I would have to say there are a number of people, some of whom you've just mentioned, you might consider for our offensive and defensive players of the game. The Lipton offensive and defensive players of the game, we'll be talking more about that as the second half moves underway. I am very impressed with the fact that I think the Lancers have shown marvelous defense, excellent positioning by people like DeRico. On the other end, of course, you can't take anything away from Philadelphia. They've had some thrust. I think the difference in terms of Rochester is that Messing has been so sharp in goal. Otherwise, we might have one or two up there against us.
There might have been a couple in the back of the net. You're right, Tom, and I think that's absolutely correct. On the other hand, you know, there was a great cross by Ercole, who placed the ball on the ground beautifully. And, you know, Nick, Mike Stoyanovich is going to score a lot of goals. And he missed on that one, but those are the opportunities that come maybe 3 or 4 times in the game. Such a great opportunity to score. Sometimes you have to create them yourself. In that instance, Ercole created it for Stoli. Stoli missed it, but Stoli has really played strong out there. At one point, I think he had 3 shots on goal in about a 30-second spot. Callahan, on the other hand, has been running beautifully, creating openings, creating dangerous situations, and they're taking the goalie on one-on-one. So you've seen good effort there.
Charlie, if you were Coach Popovich at the half, what would you be saying to your players as far as the second half strategy is concerned?
Well, I tell them to do just what they're doing now, except I want maybe Sutevsky and Pachame to come a little bit more into the attack. Just open it up a little more to start giving the forward line a little support. See, when the forward line attacks, they have to play the ball back to create the one-on-one and the give and go. In other words, when the ball goes to Stoyanovich, you can either cross it, shoot, or drop it back and then sprint with a give and go, and they put the ball ahead of them. So you need to have those midfielders gambling a little more and coming up. And so I think you're going to see perhaps a few of the midfielders releasing and coming up a little quicker. He hasn't permitted the fullbacks to go into the attack. You haven't seen Capello really release and come up. You'll see, I think, Capello. I think I saw Capello. Okay, take a chance, come up a little bit. And there's Dragan Popovich with Peter Durden. Pop is on the far end of the bench. Next to him, assistant coach Peter Durden with his finger in the air. I think he's pointing to the score. He says Pop will have one up there soon. And next to him is, of course, the great Francisco Escos, Pancho, who had 8 glorious seasons for the Rochester Lancers, a fellow that we're extremely proud with. And here we go, we're on to France.
Second half underway. Lancers now moving left to right. They're in the blue and gold against the Fury in the yellow. This is Nelson Capello with a long ball, trying to get it down into our own end. It's broken up down there, and the Fury coming back. Pat Arkley tried to get it away. And the Fury still have it. Tony Glavin will bring it up over the center line. And he's looking for somebody on the right-hand side. Here's DeRico covering Redford. Redford going through that act once again. I think the officials are going to start getting onto that.
Now they're calling the goal kick for Lancers. But, you know, he's trying to draw that foul. If he draws it, of course, within that box, that big box, 18 by 45, it's going to be a penalty kick. So we don't want anybody taking a shot. But now there's Joe Sirianni talking to Shep Messing in the corner there as Posnick holds the ball. Looks like he's changing his goalkeeper gloves.
It'll be a goal kick for the Lancers.
I think Shep goes through. Yeah, that is a specially designed glove that Shep has. I think he goes through 2 or 3 sets every other game. So that's a new set he has on now. They have little cup-like, suction-like tips on the fingers, and I think they're very helpful at times. They have to stretch out.
Chutevsky. Fury have it back once again. Georgievich gets it over to Tony Glavin. Glavin kind of like the quarterback of this team. He'll work it down. Here's Lukic. Lukic gives it over to Robb. Robb playing way back now. Another whistle.
Foul against the Lancers for kicking. Steve Zungel calls Tony Glavin the distributor. He said he distributes the ball. He distributes the ball, Charlie.
That's what he does. There's Robb battling the defense. Stoyanovich tries to get it away. Robb gets it back. Not
Offside.
inside. Broken up by Messing. I think there was a whistle.
There was offsides, a whistle, stop. But look at that, Shep Messing throwing his body. Let's look at the replay. You see, now here it comes through. They're playing with the ball. The short passes. Again, the Robb comes through.
There's the
very
offsides.
strong play. Nick tries to kick it through, but they stop it, chops it down, pushes it. Now there's the offside. You can see it, and there's a cross into the middle. But there's Shep with the body. He stepped. It was magnificent play.
Shep Messing playing a nice game. His first with only a week to train for outdoors. Timing has to be off. Here's Marion Foslich. Gets it back to Shep. Shep will get it out.
I think the problem with Shep, if he's going to have any for the next day or so, is that the transition for him from indoor to outdoor, you're talking about a goal 10 feet by 8 feet, which he's been used to for the last 31 games, as opposed to a goal 8 feet by 24 feet. So he can't really gamble on eyeballing a ball, which he may think be wide. He's got to get over and cover the corners and cover the far post, or else he might have a problem.
Pushing foul. That's David DeRico. Long ball down the right side to Stolly. Broken up over there by Kreider. Fury bringing it back. There's Lukic being marked very closely by Shutevsky. Fury still have it. Gets it over to Robb. Here comes Lukic. Lukic broken up by Nelson Capello, and the Lancers bring it back over the midfield stripe. Another long ball down to Stoley. Dempsey always plays a fine defense, and it doesn't really show because he's so smooth. He's much like Miralem Fazlic of the Lancers.
Yep,
Here's Mijatovic.
Very steady.
Mijatovic gets it over to Miralem Fazlic and that familiar strut of his. Ooh, pass right down. Nick Mijatovic there to recover the ball, though.
Charlie Messing impresses me as a real leader. I've been watching him. Whenever that ball starts to come toward him, he comes out and he's giving signals to his defenders
Always
left and right. A real leader.
Here's a giving on to Jimmy Polahan. Jimmy Polahan with the cross. That'll be a goal kick. 41-02.
Shep is the quarterback of the defense. He'll call instructions. He'll tell the team what to do. He'll tell Nick, take the man. He'll tell Foslick, take the ball or leave it. And he must control. When he says, I'm going, they must drop into the goal and cover for him, or they must go for the ball. If he says, get it, it's yours.
Fury coming back. Working it back. There's Stoley. They get it back to Keith McRae. He has the visor on now because when the sun does come out, he'll have it in his eyes. Way outside. On the left side. To Martinovich, who is overlapping slightly.
Charlie, once again, we talked about the possibility that this game could well end in a tie, no score now, 40 minutes, 20 seconds left. If it does, what happens?
If it does, we go into two 7.5-minute overtime sudden death periods. For the first team to score, the game is over. They'll play they'll stop, take a 3-minute rest period, play a 7.5-minute overtime period, come back, play another 7.5-minute overtime period. If someone scores, that's it. It's sudden death. If they don't, we go into penalty kicks.
You notice Martinovich down there to throw it in.
Not penalty kicks.
He's overlapping. Pardon me?
Not penalty kicks. I misspoke. I'll correct myself later.
There's the throw in. Foslic gets it up. Mijatovic way up. Battles with Robb. And the Lancers have it. And that's Pachame getting it out over the center line. There's Stanovich running hard. Jimmy Polahan trying to break it up. Nelson Capello goes over. And over to the right-hand side. Fury have it. Fury will bring it back. Inside.
Dave DeRico stepping up nicely for an interception. Very, very well done.
Play at the center stripe. Here comes the Fury back once again. Nice pass into Robb. Robb coming over. Here's Robb with a shot and miss right there. Lancers bring it back. Counter-attack for the Lancers now. Here's Pat Arkley. Pat trying to get away. Broken up by Martinovich. It'll be a throw-in. 39:04 left in the second half. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Just $49 down and you can own a Westbridge Chrysler Plymouth. Choose from our stock the finest quality cars on the American road today. We've got the best selection, best price, and best service. Do yourself a favor, buy a Westbridge Chrysler Plymouth for just $49 down.
Shop for real bargains this Saturday and Sunday at the flea market in Westmar Plaza. Unusual gift ideas, hardware, crafts, and ceramics, toys, jewelry, leather goods at fantastic discounts, furniture, carpets, antiques, stamps and coins, and the hard-to-find collector's items. And if you're a dealer, we have some dealer space available now. Remember, this Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., unlimited parking at Westmar Plaza.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Ron DeFrance along with Tom Pippins and Chuck Schiano. The opening game for the Rochester Lancers against the Philadelphia Fury. We're in the second half, and 37:43 left to go in the regulation. Jimmy Polahan over on the left-hand side, knocked out. It'll be a throw-in for the Lancers.
Charlie, this dramatic shootout, if you will, or the shootout after the 7.5-minute overtime periods, if the game is still scoreless, what exactly happened?
Well, in the shootout, we have the five players from each team will take alternate shots at the goal from the 35-yard line. They have 5 seconds to get the shot off, not to score. So the referee and the linesman will keep they'll signal. The play will start. The goalie will then be able to release from the goal mouth, and the attacker will attack. And within 5 seconds, the shot must be off. Whoever has the most goals after each have shot 5 wins. If they don't, then we go one-on-one. Whoever scores first wins. And if it's a 6 shot, we score first, they miss, we win. So that's the way it goes. The Lancers should shoot first to get into a shootout position.
Who would shoot for the Lancers?
Well, Popovich, the coach, has the right to pick just before they go up to shoot. So they play a lot of. The coaches use a lot of different strategies. Trying to save Sarnovich for the 5th or 4th shot, or Foslick was a very good shootout player. They'll save him for the 4th or 5th or the real clutch shot.
All right, let's watch this now. Sela gets it back to Rico, headed away by the defense. And here come the Fury, breaking back fast. Then we get a 3-on-2. Mihanovich right there. Fury will bring it back.
Fine defensive play by Nick Mihanovich, who had to take that 50-50 ball. He did, and not too many people like to run head-on into Nick Mihanovich, so Robb slowed up a bit.
3 players going after that header. Nobody touched it.
Robb is a tough Scotsman, isn't he? He almost went right over the Iceman that time. The Iceman positioned his body in such a way that he couldn't get to it.
21 goals in 40 NASL games. 31 years old.
He's number 5
Robb, Renford, and Fidelia up front for Philadelphia. The Lancers bringing it back. Getting a wee bit cloudy here now.
Here it is.
Here come the Lancers on the attack.
Ooh.
Broke it up.
Excellent play on defense.
By Martinovich. Oh, nice play. Martinovich, good player. Fine defensive play. Stopped a great opportunity. The Lancers were going to score because you had Sarnovich and Polahan in front of him, and Ercole is a fine passer, so Martinovich saved a very dangerous situation that time.
Someone we'll have to think about for our Lipton defensive player of the game.
Of course, we'll be picking an offensive and defensive player of the game. There's Renford over on the left-hand side. Renford looking for the cross. Here it comes. Inside. Here comes Robb moving in. Broken up by Mihanovich, and Shep is over there to pick it up.
And Nick,
I think we have a whistle.
And Nick is up saying, look at this. A great play by Nick and by Foslick here, who squeeze out Robb, and Robb fouls. And there it is. Just missed it, but very nice play by Nick.
Here's a throw-in for the Fury. Over to Tony Glavin. Glavin is marked closely by Shutevsky of the Lancers. Good hustle in there by Pat Arkley. Forced a wild shot. Here's Stoyanovich. Sela. Sela getting it over to Shutevsky. Shutevsky getting it over to the left-hand side of Jimmy Polahan. Jimmy Polahan looking to give and goal to Pat Arkley. Here's the left-handed shot. A little bit to the right.
Corner kick. When Van Aaron stopped it, he fell out with the ball. They'll give us a corner kick. And very good. That was a superb give and go that we just saw a minute ago. And you really are the wall pass, as the soccer term, the proper soccer term, I guess, the wall pass. Here it comes now. There's a little change in strategy. Pat Ercole will be taking this from the right side. Now again, he'll be taking an in-swinger. The ball will banana curve in, and they'll try and just get somebody's head on it, or that is supposed to hit the ground. That's Rico playing up close. Yeah, we can watch this now in the replay. We have that very fine play. There it is. The ball is stopped, and the one touch is pushed in by Shutevsky. And there is Jimmy Polahan with a left-footed cross, and a nice save by Keith Van Aaron, who, by the way, who hasn't done a bad job defensively.
Lancers will get another corner kick. That was Pat Arkley with a center, and Dempsey to head it out.
Because if he didn't, Jimmy Polahan was right behind him.
Yes, he was.
Every time we've been mentioning Polahan, Ercole, Tom, it just seems that those names are forever the names we have to be mentioning in terms of offensive players who are really putting the ball up there.
Pat is a very, very sharp passer. He's very accurate.
And I think that the year in the indoor, you know, they just last Saturday, they played the championship game here in Philadelphia. So we've been here twice in 7 days.
Here's the corner. There's Jimmy Polahan. But Glavine gets it out, and Dempsey makes sure it gets out. Nelson Capello brings it back in for the Lancers. There's Dempsey with another header. And they get it back to the defense, and the Fury will bring it back. Long ball. Robb. Robb will go to Redford, but instead he goes back. He has Georgievich in front of him, but he gets it over to Tony Glavine. Back again to Robb. Here's Robb with Tony Glavine. Here's Glavine going in with a shot, and it's wide left.
Ooh. In that instant, Shep had the post covered very nicely. And look at Dorico. Now watch how Dorico covers behind Shep. If we can see this on the replay. Here it comes set up now. There's a pass back to Robb. Robb catches the ball now. And there he is. His right foot puts through a nice pass, a diagonal pass. In comes Redford. There it is. And Shep's got it covered. But if you can, we missed it. But to the left of your picture was Dave Dorico.
Okay, it's a goal kick for the Lancers. 31:45 left in the second half, or in regulation. There's no score. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
To every man who works with fire and steel, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This Bud's for you. For you, for all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
Hey, this Bud's for you.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, no score between the Lancers and the Fury. Fury on the attack. Fidelia moving down. Gets it over to broken up by the Lancers right there. 30:24 left now in regulation. Long shot. It'll be a goal kick for the Lancers.
And once again, everybody, right now you can order your Lancer season tickets for the 1979 season. Just call 232-2420 or 232-2425 right now. And with every season ticket you order, you'll receive a Shep Messing T-shirt, as you saw modeled at halftime. Also on sale, 5 and 10 packs along with mini season tickets. You can also order individual game tickets. Call 232-2420 or 232-2425. Operators standing by right now. Master charge and Visa cards accepted.
Nice play by the Lancers on the attack now. Moving down. Here's Stolle moving in. He has Dempsey on him, and Dempsey knocks it away. Dempsey still with control for the Fury. Right through the legs of Pat Ercole, and they get it back. But a nice attack by the Lancers. Here's Robb. Robb lets it get over his head. Reardon back to get it.
Foslick. He tripped Foslick, and Foslick is down. The referee didn't see it. Foslick fell on his shoulder. Now, that's very dangerous. That's the same shoulder he hurt in indoor about 3 weeks ago, and he hit a separated shoulder, and he's down there.
Referee is saying play on, and Miriam is laying down there in the ground. Why doesn't he stop play, Charlie?
No comment. This is called a pregnant
Okay,
pause.
now he finally does. He calls timeout.
Now take a look at the replay. We see it. See the ball. You see Foslick playing behind Robb now. Robb turns around. Foslick easily has position. There's the step in, the trip, and the kick. He's down on that right shoulder. He's hurt.
Okay, Charlie, we'll take this opportunity to take a break. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Creativity. Creativity is in the air at Long Ridge Mall's Art and Craft Show. Now through Sunday, browse through many original works of art, crafts, and sculpture on display throughout the mall. You'll also enjoy shopping Long Ridge Mall's 70 fine stores, open daily 10 to 9:30, Sunday noon to 5. So come on out to Long Ridge Mall.
With so much time spent in your kitchen, let Ridge Lumber create a lovely setting for your cooking room. A marvelous selection of all styles, whether you choose provincial, contemporary, early American, classic, or traditional, Ridge Lumber can help you do it, or Ridge can do it all. And Ridge Lumber can custom build your Formica countertops to your exact specs. So whether you do it or we do it, make sure you come to Ridge Lumber, 4 great stores to serve you.
There's still time out on the field. Miriam Poslich is still down, and
I'd like to see it again if we could possibly.
Well,
here it is now. Here's the play. You can see the ball's coming through. Poslich is the sweeper, is playing position. Robb heads it, but Poslich has great position. Now see how he's covering the ball with his body. And then there is the step, and there's the kick. A trip and a kick. Referee missed it. There goes Poslich down. He's on that right shoulder. The one who's injured. They're bringing him up slowly. We hope he's all right. He's a very hard, dedicated player, but doesn't look good from here, folks. Right shoulder, and he's had a previous separation there. And of course, they're dragging Poslich, talking to coach, referee Gino DiPolito, and Gino gesticulating with his hand, saying, "What do I know, ref? What do I know, coach?"
Well, after this contest, next Saturday, the Lancers at Philadelphia, and then a week from this Saturday coming, April the 14th, at Tulsa, a contest which will be televised back to Rochester. And the Lancers open the 79 home season on Sunday, April 22nd at 3. It will be your first opportunity to see the 79 Lancers led by Shep Messing live. It will be Webster night. Details will be given in the town papers. It will also be 3WG Banner Day. Prizes will be awarded for the best banners honoring the Lancers and 3WG. That's the Lancers home opener Sunday, April 22nd at Hollander Stadium. Do plan to attend.
And as Tom mentioned, next week, Lancers will be on the road again. They will be in Atlanta next week. That's the old Colorado team moving over there to Atlanta.
Super team, by the way, and we're looking forward to that game. Of course, it really, they've improved it. They've made some trades. They have Manshaw. They have Jomo Sono. You know, that's a good team. Good team.
What's going to happen now, Charlie?
Well, they're taking Poslich out, so apparently they'll put Nelson Capello in, and there'll be a change. Now, Nelson will play the stopper. He will now assume the role of Robb. He'll have to cover Robb. Nick Mijatovic will become the sweeper, and Pollard will probably come in and play right fullback. So now Nelson Capello, again, under tremendous pressure here, the young man, the fellow from Rochester that we're so very proud of, Rockport State graduate, and a fellow who's wanted to fight his way into the starting lineup, and here's a great opportunity to do it, to come in. Now, they might be making a different arrangement. It looks like DeRico is coming over, and maybe DeRico will play the stopper. And Nelson's going to play left full. And they're going to play one man short for a while. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Jimmy Pollahan is coming to left fullback. Dave DeRico to right fullback, and Nelson in the middle. So they've.
Who's replacing?
I can't tell if they put a player in yet. They might be playing 10 to see if they can get Mirlam ready. If they get Mirlam ready, then they'll bring him back on. See, they don't have to play with 11 players. So I don't see Mirlam. Do you? No, I don't even see him on the field.
I believe there are 10 players on the field for the Lancers,
yeah, there's
including
Craig Reynolds is standing next to, look at this blocking. So they got a call. Well, no comment. But, it's really a charging foul they're calling here on Stojanovic, who's trying to get around number 7, Martinovic, who's playing very strong defensive position. And did stop Stojanovic from coming to the ball. They call a holding on Stojanovic. Now, here comes Craig Reynolds. Let's see what they're going to do. They rearranged it again for us. They've got now they're putting Polly back up on the left. Pollahan on the left. Craig Reynolds is coming to the midfield, and Chella's playing right fullback. So it's been changed around quite a bit. Craig will play the midfield.
Chella will take over the left spot. Nelson Capello moves into Poslich's spot. Yeah, right spot. Okay, Fury on the attack right here. Here's a header inside. There's a shot. Number 10, David Robb.
Here it comes now. Here comes the cross. There's Georgievich on the side. They're coming out, putting a nice right-footed cross in front of the goal mouth. There's the collision. Shep Messing is out of goal now. He's got to get back. They just push it back into the middle, and there's the little headshot by David Robb. Just beautiful.
So right after the Lancers lose Miriam Foslich, rearrange their defense, Philadelphia comes back to score. 27:02 left in regulation. Philadelphia leading it 1-0. And a goal by David Robb, number 10, the Fury striker. Fury coming back again. There's Djordjevic. Djordjevic over the right-hand side to Lukic. Lukic brings it down. Palahan right behind it. Get inside to Vidalia. Vidalia back to Lukic. Broken up. Jala gets it back. And the Fury still with possession. Here's Jimmy Palahan. And the Lancers will have to open up just a little bit more now. Martinovic. Jala with a little nudge. Here's Mike Stojanovic. Stojanovic looking at the referee, hoping to get something out of it.
Charlie down by a goal now with 26:12 to go. The Lancers strategy, I would think, changes so much. Popovich wants them to become more
Popovich
aggressive.
will have to have the fullbacks released now and come in to the attack. We only have 26 minutes left, so he'll have to release some of the fullbacks to come into the attack at this time.
It's a throw-in for the Fury and another whistle. So it'll be the Lancers, 25-48. And the Fury leading at 1-0. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
This bud's for all you guys who keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. This bud's for you.
It's Bud for you.
For all the roads you ride and every place they take you to.
For all you do.
The king of beers is coming through. Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Fury leading the Lancers 1-0. A goal at 62:26 from David Robb, assisted by Dick Lukic on a header, and it was Robb's first of the year. Of course, Philadelphia hasn't scored a goal yet this year. That was
First
the
goal by Philadelphia.
Philadelphia opened the season against Memphis, losing 1-0 in overtime. So the Lancers have to come back now, being down 1-0.
Foul on Martinovic there, and he's really a tough, good left fullback holding Pat Ercole. So there'll be a direct kick, and that'll be Chilla addressing the ball.
Here's Nick Mijanovic getting down real fast. They like him inside because of his height. There's Chilla now with the 2 men in front. Going inside, but it goes to Dempsey, and Dempsey gets it out. And the Lancers will work it back. Over the left-hand side. Working around, working in. Here's a centering pass. Couple of Lancers over there.
Chilla
keeps it in. No, it doesn't. It goes out. So it'll be Fury ball.
Chila, a very versatile player. You can see it. Offensively, defensively, he's a valuable addition to the Lancers.
And really a hustler. A good speed, very hard player, and a very fine professional player. We think he'll do very well.
Fury will take the time now. Won't be in any particular hurry. They do have a lead.
Good throw. Look at that ball.
All the way down to Robb. Robb kicks it back to Renford. Renford back to Robb. And the Fury working it around. Still hasn't gone into touch. Here's Robb. Going after it. Fury still has it. Now the Lancers come back. Jimmy Palahan. Jimmy trying to work it around Tony Glavin. Goes back to Dempsey. And a long ball down the left-hand side by Dempsey. I said they'd be playing conservatively. They certainly aren't, are they? There's Pat Ercole trying to get it around the defender, but doesn't work. There was Randy Martinovic with another outstanding defensive move. And we're going to have to start thinking about our offensive and defensive players of the game.
The Lipton offensive and Lipton defensive player of the game, and that's going to be tough. I'll tell you, it's going to be tough. Robb up there with that nice headshot. Of course, Djordjevic who set it up, but it's going to be tough. It's Lukic that set it up. Got the assist on that.
Charlie, Ron mentioned before, and he has throughout the game, into touch, meaning actually out of bounds. It's an interesting expression. When exactly is the ball out of bounds or into touch correctly termed relative to being on the line?
When if the ball just touches the line, or a part of the ball is out, but when one whole circumference of the ball is out, then it is in touch or out of bounds. But if just part of the ball is on the line or part of the ball is still on the playing field, then it's still in play, still alive.
Lancers coming back now. Shutevsky with 2 men marking him, gets it over to Sela. Sela inside. It gets by Pat Ercole, and it comes back out to Georgievich. And the Fury bring it back with Tony Glavin. Glavin pushing it back to Dempsey. Dempsey with that long ball again. There's Nelson Capello. Goes to Tony Glavin. Back down there by Shutevsky. Here's Jimmy Polahan with a nice pass. Here's Sela. Sela moving down. A lot of room. Nice pass over to Mike Stanovich.
Tinovich again, or no, that was Nikolic, who really stood there and blocked the angle. But good penetration by Chilla. See how he brought that ball up and carried it, and good distribution.
You would think that Philadelphia play a little more conservatively on defense.
Well, this is the type of style we want. We want them to open a bit. It has to help us. Look at this Shutevsky.
Shutevsky with a nice move. He's the one to set up the last move, the last drive. Here comes Pat Ercole. Pat working it around, looking for somebody inside. And it's broken up by the Fury defense. And they're coming back. Here's Robb again. Robb moving it around. Mijatovic with a nice move. Over to Renford. Renford looking for Robb. Renford working it around. Gets it back. Gets it back to Zurich. Here's a shot inside to Georgievich. Tried to make a shot. Nice play by Chilla. Nice defensive play. Glavin keeps it in. Glavin over to Fidalia. Fidalia over on the left-hand side. Martinovich overlapping. There's a cross inside. Over Shep Messing's head.
Robb fouled Shep Messing that time. And you'll see the cross now, and there's Robb complaining. But he did foul Shep. And here you go. We're going to see the replay. Now here comes Martinovich, the fine left fullback. He puts his left foot into it. Nice, beautiful cross. Now Shep will come out for the ball. You'll see Shep calling for it. There he is jumping in the air, and there he is being fouled by Robb. Very clear foul.
Okay, we're back live now at Veterans Stadium. The Lancers have to come back. They're down 1-0 to the Fury. David Robb scored at 62-26 here in the second half. Lancers had a good opportunity just a moment ago, and it's into touch once again. The Lancers will throw in. There's a whistle.
Call it the other way. No, I guess there's going to be a substitution. Yeah, they're going to bring a substitution on. Looks like Pat Fidalia is leaving the match. And I can't tell. We don't have binoculars with us.
We'll have to wait and see who gets his number. But there's 19:24 left in regulation. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
What's the most important part of your car? At Monroe, we think it's your brakes. If you've been trusting the corner gas station with your brake repairs, consider this. Monroe Muffler Brake has been installing brakes for over 25 years, and all our work is guaranteed. Each of our shops has a complete inventory of parts for most American and foreign cars and trucks. So when it comes to fixing the most important part of your car, you can trust Monroe.
Monroe Muffler Brake in convenient locations everywhere. See the white pages.
People who know, go to Monroe.
Orbit tastes so good, you won't believe it's sugar-free.
Orbit tastes great. The first time I tried it, I couldn't believe it was sugar-free. A lot of my customers tell me the same thing.
He's right. Orbit does taste great. I was surprised to find out it's sugar-free.
So were my kids. They really like the taste of sugar-free Orbit. And I like the fact that Orbit's made with only natural sweeteners. Tastes cool and refreshing, too.
Orbit tastes so good, you won't believe it's sugar-free. Get some soon and see for yourself.
Back at Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia leading the Lancers 1-0. We have 18:31 left in regulation. Still plenty of time for a lot of goals. Lancers just like to get one right now. Here's overlapping Randy Martinovich once again. And it goes back. And the Lancers still have it.
Fellas, Rich Reese came in one of the midfield positions for Glavin. Perhaps it has something to do, Charlie, with the fact that, you know, running from that midfield position, Glavin has to be a bit fatigued. I understand midfielders run up to 9 miles a game.
Yeah, they will do that, especially, I think he came in for Fidalia, though. Fidalia had an injury. And there's a shot in there.
David Robb with the second goal of the game. The Fury lead it 2-0. 17:45 left in regulation.
Here it
Got
comes
on the
now.
rebound.
Watch it. There's the ball brought down. They just pass it. Now there's a shot. Good shot. And there's Shep with a good save, pushing it away. And there's the garbage goal, but they count with the left foot right in the far side. Defense didn't come back. Shep was all alone, and Shep needed help then when he punched that ball away.
When we played the Fury last season, they didn't have David Robb. They're happy to have him today. 2 goals in this game for Dave Robb, and the Fury now lead it 2-0. Fury coming back now, and the Lancers really have their hands full, trying to pick up 2 goals with only 17:02 left. Here the Fury coming back once again. Nick Mijanovic coming back. Nick Mijanovic gets it back to Shep Messing. Official time of that goal was 72-13. Robb from Tony Glavin. Second goal of the game for David Robb. Lancers bringing it back. Pat Arkley over the left-hand side. David DeRico moving up.
Well, there's a date here you'll want to mark down, Sunday, June the 3rd, when the Lancers host the California Surf at Hollander Stadium. Game time 3 p.m. It will be photo day, when all fans will have an opportunity to have their picture taken with their favorite Lancers. You don't have to have a camera to participate. Your pictures will be taken for you by very skilled photographers, as we watch Messing with a fine save. And there's no charge, of course. That's photo day, Sunday, June 3rd against California at 3 p.m.
Messing with a long kick down to the 35-yard line. Nelson Capello gets it over to Demir Shutevsky.
Now you'll have to see some pushing up by the Lancers. The fullbacks are going to have to release.
Here's Pat Arkley. He keeps it in. Pat looking to center. Here it comes, and he's tripped.
He's fouled, and looks like a penalty kick.
It's right in the penalty area.
He's called a penalty.
In the penalty area.
He was tripped down, so the Lancers will have a penalty shot.
He's pointing to the line, to the 12-yard line.
And you take a look at it now, folks, because there's the first penalty of the Rochester Lancers season. He was fouled clearly within the block area. So here comes the penalty kick. It looks like Mike Stoyanovich will take it. And I hope Mike doesn't put it over the bar.
This could be a turning point of the game right here.
Lancers opportunity to get 1 goal back.
Maybe we can see the foul. I don't know, but let's take a look at this penalty kick first. Now, the point here, of course, if all the fans know, it'll be Stoyanovich against the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper may not move until Stoyanovich addresses the ball, until he hits the ball. If he does, and he misses, Stoyanovich can shoot again. So now he's got to...
There it is. There it comes, Stoyanovich. Oh.
No, it's not a goal. No, it's not a goal because the referee didn't say, okay, go ahead and shoot. So now we got to wait until he blows the whistle. We thought he had blown the whistle, but apparently he hadn't. DiPolito is arranging everything. Now, which way will he go? Will he go to the right again? Probably.
And he saved it.
Down. He's really down now. Great save by the goalie there. Keith Van Aren stopped it. Now we're going to see the foul on the replay. Watch now. It's Eric Lee in the corner there. Coming around. There he is. Tripped down. There it is. Clearly a foul. And now we're going to see the penalty again in a minute. Here's the play in the meantime.
Mike Stoyanovich scored the first one, but the referee did not blow the whistle, so he had to do it again. And the second time around, the goalie outguessed Mike Stoyanovich. Keith Van Aren. Here's the Fury now bringing it back. They still lead it 2-0. It was 2-1 momentarily, but not for too long. That has to take a lot out of the Lancers also.
It certainly does, but they're still out there playing hard.
Here's Reese. Reese with a given goal with Zurich. It'll be a throw-in. Throw-in
Now
for
here comes
the
the
Fury.
penalty kick, which was saved by Keith Van Aren. There's the shot, and there's Keith Van Aren going to the left. His right, rather. Okay, we're going to see it again in a minute.
Really, Charlie, all Van Aren can do there is just anticipate.
Just guess.
Inside, and a shot, and it goes wide.
Here we go. We're going to see that penalty shot. Here goes Stoyanovich approaching the ball. Now, he does move before the ball is kicked. The goalie moves where the ball is kicked, but the ref apparently, no comment.
Okay, I think we have Nelson Capello down. Soccer 78 will continue in just a moment.
When you say Budweiser, when you say Bud, you said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say Bud, you say you carry not to only one, the king of beers. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
12:41 left in regulation. We're at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Still timeout. Nelson Capello down. They're working on his, I believe it's his ankle.
It's right shin and ankle. I can't tell which part of it, but I think he's another target of Mr. Robb. He's had a couple of people he's been dealing with today. First Mirlam.
Well, between Robb and Renford, they have a good pair going.
Oh, sure. Charlie, it's evident that the Lancers on defense miss Costa.
Oh, sure. He's the keystone there.
Well, they're still looking at Nelson, and he seems to be okay. Nelson walking
We're going to have
it
an
off
opportunity to see both penalty shots now. First, the one that was made. Now, here comes Stoyanovich on the one that he made. The right foot again. They move before the ball is addressed, but it goes in. You see, that's when it was scored. Now, here's the one that is blocked. He moves again before Stoyanovich shoots, and it's blocked. Good move by Van Aren. But both times he kicked to the goalie's right, and Keith Van Aren anticipated the shot the second time and made a beautiful dive.
We're back live. 12:17 left in regulation. It was a Fury throw-in. Lancers have it, though. Nick Mijatovic. Fury moving back now, not marking quite as close, leading 2-0. Here's Sheila. Sheila gets it over to Shutevsky. Shutevsky right through the legs of Reese to Sheila. And the Lancers coming back. Carlos Pachame. Here's DeRico. DeRico overlapping, moving in. DeRico with a pass over the left side to Pat Arkley. Dempsey trying to break it up. Finally knocked it away and into touch.
Well, a welcome to Rochester reception for goalkeeper Shep Messing is being held next Thursday, April the 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Jewish Community Center. The reception is free and open to the public. It's being hosted by members of the Jewish community. An opportunity for you to meet the very colorful Shep Messing.
And I hope that everyone who's watching this game at home and in Monroe County and Rochester will call the Lancer office and order their season tickets at 232-2420. And if you do, the Lancers will make a gift to you of that just beautiful Lancer Mania Shep Messing t-shirt.
There's a mistake by the Fury defense. Mike Stoyanovich trying to work it around, but he had 3 guys around him. Little popper there by Craig Reynolds. Here's DeRico with a long ball inside. Broken up by Dempsey.
Be a corner kick. And Stoyanovich wants to take it. He really is anxious to take it. He wants to redeem himself for missing that penalty shot.
Lancers down 2-0. 10:36 left. Mike Stoyanovich
Look at
will
the
take
pushing
it.
going on. Look at the holding Sheila.
Here's Mijatovic upset. Here's Craig Reynolds. Broken up by Djordjevic. Brought back in by DeRico, but the Fury has it. And they bring it back.
Ron Nikovic and Dempsey have played very well in front of Van Aren, the goalkeeper for the Fury.
A couple of veteran defenders. As we mentioned.
Sheila stepping in just nicely. They're knifing in and making a fine defensive save.
Fury bringing it back. Renford down the right side. Gets it over to Robb. Robb working it around. There's Tony Glavin. Knocked away by Shutevsky. Here's Reese over on the left side. Reese gets it over to Martinovich. Martinovich overlapping. There's the centering shot. Inside is Georgievich, but knocked away by Pachame. Fury still has it. Here's a shot. Here's Reese.
Offsides. Offsides.
No goal.
Now we have a good opportunity to see the offsides now on the replay. Here comes Reese down the left wing position now. There he comes. He crosses the ball right through. And you'll see as the ball is being played, you'll see all the blue shirts. You see where they are? Then you'll see that Robb is offsides.
We're back live. Craig Reynolds will throw in for the Lancers.
That is really
Rochester.
an example, excuse me, Ronnie, of the offside trap. The Lancers all pulled up and caught Dave Robb coming in.
Jimmy Polahan throws it in. Lancers coming back. Sela over on the left side to Pat Erkley. That's broken up. Fury have it. There's Robb, but Mianovich gets it away from him. Knocked away. It goes over to Reese. And Reese coming back left side. Reese passes it over to Robb. Scored 2 goals for the Fury in this game. Game marked closely by Reynolds. Here's Reese. Knocked away by Reynolds. Nice move. Here's Sheila getting it out. Gets it over to Pat Erkley. Erkley has Jimmy Polahan, but he plays it. Here's Erkley dribbling down. Erkley gets away 2 men, 3 men.
Stride.
Passes it over to Jimmy Polahan. Jimmy Polahan with it. Deflected at the last second.
Good defensive play. I don't know who put his foot up there, but it just great. You see it stride by Pat Erkley as he came through the midfield, then the pass to Jimmy Polahan, and there it is. It looks like it was. I couldn't see who that was.
Dempsey again.
Could be Dempsey, but a fine defensive play. There's Stanovich taking the corner. Dropping his hand. The players all start to move.
Here it is. And Keith Van Aren came way out that time to pick up the save. And the Fury coming back. Only 7:30, 7.5 minutes left in regulation. And the Lancers down 2-0. Both goals scored by David Robb after Miriam Foslich was forced out of the game by a shoulder injury. 2 goals, one at 62-26 and the other at 72-13. Here's Shep with the save.
Just a comment, Ron and Tom. You'll see that of the 5 defenders, including the goalkeeper, 4 are Americans.
Here's Reese. And the Fury have it once again. And another reminder, we'll be picking a Lipton offensive and defensive player of the game.
That's going to be tough, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Defensively, I like Shep, but Martinovich has played just a super game. Dempsey has played an excellent game.
Yes.
Covering.
Yeah, the Fury, a nice play by Nelson. Nelson Capello got his foot. I'm sorry, Charlie.
Offensively, you know, there's Robb, who scored 2 goals. The guy who's been there whenever you need him, and there's his 3rd goal.
That looked like an offside, but they didn't call it, did they? Okay, that's David Robb with another goal for the Fury.
Yeah, that's 3, a hat trick, and that was a superb goal. Here it comes now. They see the ball is being played. They're setting up the cross. The right-footed cross, beautiful follow-through on the cross. Watch that pass. Here's Robb charging through at the center of his forehead. The near post, and Shep was a little bit too late getting the far corner.
Nothing much Shep could do about that. That was a perfect place to put the ball.
Yeah, just
right in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, just a perfect shot, really, a perfect shot.
And there's David Robb, the hat trick. And Keith Van Aren, his goalkeeper, came all the way down beyond the 35-yard line to congratulate him.
Robb's had an excellent game today.
Well, the Lancers will come back now. There's only 5.5 minutes left in regulation. They're down 3-0. All Philadelphia scored by David Robb. We'll have more Soccer 79 in just a moment.
Lake Stutson Marine, Rochester's finest marine dealer at 4383 Lake Avenue, welcomes you aboard Summer 79. Lake Stutson, this area's largest Mercury dealer and home of the Black Max, offers you tremendous values on these performance-proven outboards. And the hottest-selling boat in Rochester is Baja, exclusively on display at Lake Stutson. See our complete line of Baja Wellcraft, 4 Winds, and Sea Nymph boats. Stop at the port of good values for great names in boating, service, and accessories. Lake Stutson Marine, Lake Avenue at Stutson Street. After we've delivered your package, we won't disappear.
Big change rolled into town one day.
I
wanted to meet you, and I wanted to say, try my mashed potatoes. They're really great. And the name for me, Big Tate. Big Tate! Big is the word for these bigger flakes made from fresh meaty taters, and I say that makes for satisfying fresh mashed flavor. Like a fork and a half, full of flavor.
A fork and a half, full of flavor.
Best potatoes I ever ate, Big Tate.
From French's.
We're at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, winding down, only 4:18 left in regulation, and the Lancers down by a score of 3-0 to the Philadelphia Fury. Philadelphia on the attack once again as Redford moving through 6 or 7 players, still moving in, and finally knocked out by the Lancer defense. Here's Martinovich.
One comment, Ron and Tom, and I seem to see the Lancers are just a little bit faded the last 20 minutes. They look a little tired. This has been their first real game, and I think that it's not really a barometer. We don't have 3 or 4 of the players we intended to have. Injuries, you know, other reasons why. They will be with us soon, so it's kind of tough, and I think that they're feeling it out there right now.
Here's a cross into Pat Ercole. Pat with a shot. It goes wide right. Keith Van Aren had that corner covered.
The outdoor test has to be a good one, though. An opportunity for the fellows to play together outdoors, their spring training, if you will.
Yeah, I think that this has been a good game. Robb has played an excellent game, and I don't know, I've been debating in my mind about that Lipton offensive and defensive player, but I kind of think it's got to go to Robb. I don't know how you fellas think about it.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Sure.
No doubt about it.
A hat trick.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Why don't you make the official announcement then, Mr. France?
Well, we will in just a moment, Chuck.
Who are going to make the defensive player? Who do you think we should have? I don't know.
Well, I guess if we picked one of our guys, it would have to be David DeRico. Played outstanding for us, steadied the defense, made some nice plays, especially early in the game when it was in the match, when it was close. For them, I guess Dempsey would have to be my choice for them.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Chilla played extremely
Yes, he did.
well,
Yes, he did.
I'm torn between DeRico, Dempsey, and Chilla. Of course, Martinovich was all right. Tom, what do you think?
Well, you know, it hasn't been mentioned, but Van Aren in goal, I thought, did a very good job. He wasn't tested as Shep was, but that outstanding save on the penalty kick of Stoyanovich could well have been the turning point. So there are a number of people we can consider. Obviously, we have to come up with a decision in the next couple minutes.
Well, there's only 2:09 left in the match. And the Fury lead it 3-0. And goals by David Robb, 62-26, 72-13, and 83-34.
A reminder to you again, the Lancers will be returning to Rochester tomorrow afternoon on Allegheny flight number 258, arriving in Rochester at 3 in the afternoon. The Lancer Maniac Booster Club is sponsoring a motorcade from the airport to Tuts Villa, where a welcome home party is being held. The public is invited to come out and meet the 1979 Lancers. Tuts Villa is located on Buffalo Road at Gates, and once again, Allegheny flight number 258. The Lancers coming in to the Monroe County Airport tomorrow afternoon at 3.
Well, just 1:21 left. A reminder that next week the Lancers will be in Atlanta at 7:30. 2 weeks from today, they'll be in Tulsa. And we'll be there, of course, televising that game also. Okay, the official announcement. Our Lipton defensive and offensive players, there they are. The defensive player, we're giving it to our own David DeRico, and the Lipton offensive player, the fellow with the hat trick, David Robb, the striker for the Philadelphia Fury.
I'd just like to mention that the Lancer office is still open. The staff is there. There's David Robb, by the way, who's really had a tremendous game today. He's been really active, the type of attacking Scotsman that you'd like to see for any team in North American Soccer League. The Lancer office is open, and if you want to get your Shep Messing Lancer Mania T-shirt absolutely free, call and order your season ticket, and you'll get one of these beautiful Shep Messing Lancer Mania T-shirts. Call 232-420. We hope to see you there.
Okay, just 14 seconds, 13 seconds left. Here's Pat Ercole. Pat Ercole goes in, and Keith Van Aren comes out. Ercole tries to get it, and it goes over. Well, let's see. There's only 1 second left. And the final score, the Philadelphia Fury 3 and the Rochester Lancers nothing. The opening game for the Lancers, and we will be back in Tulsa. In Tulsa, our next TV game, and that'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow, April the, what is the date of that, Chuck? 2 weeks from tomorrow.
So let's just forget about
The 14th.
14th.
Okay.
Well, listen, it's been great fun, Ron, Tom.
Okay, our final score was Philadelphia 3 and Rochester nothing. Our thanks to our crew, Ronald Bain, Director of Broadcasting for the NASL, Executive Producer John Koshuris, produced by Herb Kaplan, directed by Jack Simon, Technical Director Selig Tanner, and, of course, the Hughes Television Network for doing a fine job. So long, everybody.
Goodbye.
The 1979 season opener, the Rochester Lancers versus the Philadelphia Furies, has been brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. It's great to be an NASL fan, and it's great to be the official car of the NASL. Toyota invites you to see the all-new Celica Supra, the powerful pleasure at your local Toyota dealer. You got it, Toyota. Also brought to you by Lipton Flow-Through Tea Bags. Try some, and you'll be a Lipton tea lover, too. Doyle Chevrolet, Monroe County's fastest-growing Chevrolet dealership. And the RT French Company, makers of the French's mustard and hundreds of other delicious food products. Join us on Saturday, April 14th at 9 p.m. for the
If you have equal ability, you should be given an equal opportunity to work, no matter who you are. That's why the federal government requires the employment of minority workers on all government-funded projects. If you have a question, contact the Office of Federal Contract Compliance, Washington, D.C.
WOKR, TV 13, Rochester, New York.
ABC Sports, New York, Frank Gifford.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a big day of live sports action right here on ABC.